time, I guess. Okay. All right, we'll call the June 5th, 2017 Management Services Committee to order. Do you have the roll? Okay. Public comment. Are there any? Seeing none. County farm management issues. I don't know of any. Has anybody seen if it's been planted or not?
That's on the big fertilizer bill here. Chemical bill or something. Yeah. United Prairie. 12,000.
Right, and they paid us back for that. The first thing is the county pays it, pays the bill,
Understand.
and then we send it to the tenant, and then he reimburses us. And so, they have already reimbursed us for the cost. We did see them, Amanda and I saw them, like, working the ground on, I think that was Friday. So we haven't seen a planter or anything yet, but
Okay. Well, there's a lot of them that are way behind. And we don't have anything in the contract that says it has to be by a certain date. Well, it doesn't matter. It's all up to them.
Right.
It is.
Exactly.
So what the weatherman too,
Right.
what the contract
All right. Anything else on the farm? Otherwise, we'll go to maintenance supervisor report. You want to give that to Barb so she can look at it? She's the only one that has it so far.
Old stuff. USDA floors were completed. They look very nice. They're very happy. Carpet is scheduled for this coming Saturday, so those who, as per their contract, will be taken care of this year. Highway Department, I spoke with Joel Moore a handful of times. They've been over and patched some potholes in the lot over there. Actually, just this morning, Highway Department was over there and they tar and chipped some areas that they're areas maybe like the size of the table you're sitting at there, and they're only like that much is gone, and you can't really patch that. So they oiled it, chipped it. It's kind of a mess at the moment, but it'll in time it will look nice, because here probably Freehold it's scheduled. I just have to give them a heads up on when. I will be for another month or so now with all the stuff that just got done, so we don't want to immediately go right on top of that. It just can't be done. So that's all taken care of. Some newer that came up this month. The health department requested and received 2 baby changing tables in the restrooms down here, because that was becoming quite an issue from what I understand, as far as people bringing in their children and the routine with the diaper and whatnot, and there was nowhere to change them, so I don't know if they take them outside or what they do, and they asked me, and so 2 restrooms down here on the far east side have baby changing tables in. I put those in the day that I was here while the USJ floors were getting done, so gave me something to do.
Those just mounted to the wall?
Yeah, they're just secured on the wall. So it's classic fold down you see in the restrooms all over the place. Just the same type unit. Okay, the keyless entry system over at the courthouse and jail. There's some serious issues with that, and it's getting upgraded. The company, 3X Logic, that supports the system, it is currently running on Windows XP, which is 12, 13 years old.
can I make a comment? Windows XP is the software version that was hacked and had that huge, that's how that malware got in to 130 countries across the world. It is Windows XP. So that's a big problem.
There's a specific computer that's designated just for these TFOPs and making them whatnot. And the whole reason this was discovered is because the sheriff, needed a couple fobs made. And I went in to try to access programs, and you couldn't even, it won't even let you get onto the program to create or alter fobs anymore. Tim Goodman came in, took a look at it, and he's like, this is, it's done, you know, so we can't use this anymore. He, is going to come $1,770, all new software. He's putting a new switch halfway between, because there's been some issues with the distance that when you swipe the fob that, and he's going to, it's going to be a long process. We're going to have to do office by office because we're going to have to bring their fobs in and we're going to have to swipe them because a lot of people that are coming and going, it's not even the correct people because it's been so long. Like for instance, when I swipe mine, it says sheriff, things of that nature, because they just keep getting handed over and over, and then we need to start. The whole point, or half the point of it, of security, is knowing who's coming and going and when, especially on the weekend and whatnot. So this will be taken care of here in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. Other than that, the heat pump, we started to swap out heat pumps this year. One of them got done right outside the health department, and $8,200 was spent on that, and which still leaves us with almost $37,000. I don't know what your guys' thoughts were on that. Do we hold off and leave all up alone, or do we keep going? And
What we generally do is it's budgeted in case we need it.
Right.
So we don't replace them unless they start to give issues.
don't fix it if it ain't broke?
Right.
Okay, so we'll just leave well up alone now and see what happens. Because that one was completely inoperable.
Right.
It needed it.
And that's where we don't want to replace 3 more and then have one that goes bad when those 3 were still working. So, and if we have money left over at the end of the year, Anita likes that.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know if any of you happen to go by in front of the courthouse this morning on your way here and see the giant hole that's being dug out there. But Friday, I was out spraying some Roundup, and I'm walking along, and right at the curb line, right in front of the courthouse, there's a small hole in the asphalt, and I know the routine for this because we work for the city and whatnot. Stomped on it, the whole thing caves in, there's about the size of a dishwasher.
So it's a sinkhole,
Right on top of our sanitary sewer line.
Oh, no.
And I called and had a gentleman come look at it, and I didn't want to work over the weekend because the whole time and a half prevailing wage thing, so we waited till Monday. I barricaded it off. I was over there with them this morning, and we dug down, and it appears to just be a settling issue. But it was done because they filled the trench with clean stone, and we dug all the way down to the, it's called SDR sewer pipe. It's a green, you guys probably all seen it before. It's not wet down there, all the joints are secured. What could have happened is when that was initially done, where they asphalted on top of it, a couple years later that could have sunk down there, and the asphalt just makes a bridge basically, and it could have stayed that way for years and years. And finally now it's just enough to cave in, and instantly you think, oh my God, sanitary sewers, leaking and whatnot, which sometimes is the case, but in this case I think we lucked out, and so they're filling in the hole right now, and I've got some landscape work to do.
I think there was a spot, wasn't that spot there before? Didn't that happen before?
Right by the edge?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I remember that being torn up like a couple of years ago.
Okay. So yeah, maybe the,
Recurring
could be a little.
issue.
But other than that, that's all I've got, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, routine maintenance, and that's it. Just not anything mentioning this morning.
we want to hear which filters you changed. And how many light bulbs in which office.
Yeah.
No, because then I have to read that. Okay, discuss the energy efficiency program. Pass that around to everybody, read it. I guess if we wanted to create an $80,000 a year staffing position, but I don't see where we're going to have that much energy gain. As far as you can see, the lighting was upgraded not too long ago, wasn't it?
New ballasts were put in.
Okay.
I talked to Brian Grimes about this a couple months ago, sort of waiting to bring it up. And I've talked about this in the past. He did print something up for me if we would switch over to all LED bulbs. on our own costs. I know there's programs, there's Ameren grants, not what we're passing around here, but one just ended in May. And there's supposed to be another one starting up January 1st of 18, where they have highly discounted bulbs. And if we were to swap over, it would be almost $13,000 out of our pocket, but there's only a 14-month turnover where we start gaining that back, and we'd be saving almost $12,000 a year
Well,
just in the energy costs. And that's not to mention the ones out in the parking lot, you know, the 300 and 400 watt bulbs that are going, you know, for sometimes 18 hours a night. That's just a thought, you know,
Yeah.
down the road maybe.
well, if I got it right and I want to do, I got the light I want to try it on, but if I understand it right, change these over to LEDs. Yeah. Pull the ballast off, wire it, you just stick the LED light in there, it's got the ballast in it itself. So I mean,
Well, here's the thing now, since Grimes swapped all these ballasts out, they're just ready to swap out the bulb. You take these T8s out, put the LED tube in.
oh, so it's ready for the LED?
They're all ready for them. I've talked to them about it already.
I didn't think the LEDs needed a ballast.
They can't run on magnetic ballasts, they have to run on an electronic one, and all these old magnetic ones are switched over to electronic.
Okay. Well, then
According to
that's-
him, and according to like Robbie Plummark and stuff, he said, because he just did it in his own store. He said it would be ready, you know. I don't know, it's the kind of thing too, you don't want to do it all at once, we could do a small section at a time, maybe that in the building over a year.
Well, if
and then-
they're ready to go, then all we need to do is start buying the new bulbs.
Yeah.
And
And part of,
as you replace them, you just put,
Anita brought that up to me, it's part of my fumble, is all these bulbs I've been swapping out, I just keep putting T8s back in, and she brought up a point, she said, well, why aren't we switching to LEDs? And I was like, well, why didn't you tell me that before?
Because I'm not the maintenance guy.
But yeah, that,
I guess, I mean, I would, can you get maybe a couple bulbs and try it in one light, just to make sure it's gonna work?
sure, or even a small room to, I'm pretty sure it'll work.
I mean-
I'll double check, you know, before I
Right.
just go buy.
Yeah, we don't wanna buy a
No.
couple cases and then have it not work, but if you
Sure.
get enough to
Does
do
it make-
one light fixture and try it.
Does it make it brighter, or?
It's equal lumens, but the thing is these are 32 watts of bulb, and the LEDs are only using up 17 watts, putting out the equivalent light.
I switched to LEDs in my house, so
Yeah. Did you-
they are really bright too.
We're sort of, I'm sort of half and half now. I've started switching over as well.
Chris, did you tell me that the LEDs are more expensive?
They are, the
Yeah.
LED bulbs are a bit more pricey than a T8 bulb.
But they'll last long.
Like 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
10 years is what they're rated at. Now, LEDs, there is a, I don't know if you'll call it downside, but LEDs don't burn out, they fade. And now that fading can start, you know, maybe after 7 or 8 years. But, probably 7 or 8 years down the road, you know, I don't know if that's really a worry or a concern right now. But you're looking at several years of, you know, reliable service.
And in that time, they'll have paid for themselves, so.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I put one in the kitchen, I think it was 100 watt, and it said if you burn it 2 hours a day for a year, it costs $1.68 to run it. That's what it had on the package when I put it in.
You can handle that.
Yeah.
Now, are there any other places, I know that the new boilers have high efficiency pumps, there's some other pumps down there. Are they, I mean, probably not gonna gain enough efficiency on that to justify swapping out a pump for a couple $100.
Probably not. They do all run those, the Square D, the S-Flex. Have you been in there and seen those where they run on a lower hertz?
Okay.
And I'd like you to come in and look at them because they're pretty cool. You can run them at full power when they're over there as well on everything. And you can run them on a lower where sometimes it'll be running on like 54 hertz instead of 60. And That's the whole point is, I don't know when those were even put in, they're, when I got here. They're pretty cool, and that's saving us energy as well. I've got them all switched over to that now. They were sort of mixed. I got here, but they're all like SC mode or something. I don't even know exactly what that means. I don't know if you deal with those in your work or not.
No.
They're pretty cool. I've never seen any until I came here.
That's one thing that we probably should do. I know in the past, the management committee has had maintenance supervisor give a tour of the building, so we know where the equipment is, what the building's like, and have a little bit of an idea. I don't know if that's considered a meeting, if we do that, or if we could just do that anytime when he's available after a meeting, or is that something that would have to be?
Down the road, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but down the road, I mean, I'd like for you guys to come over to the jail basement and see what's going on over there. And so when I'm giving these reports and these constantly broken things, oh, I forgot one thing that's getting in place too. Am I allowed to backtrack?
No, you have to save it till next month.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
Expansion tank in the basement of the jail, completely rusted out, and there's water flowing onto the floor of the basement. And I have that ordered at Walmart, and I'm going to swap that out myself, hopefully beginning this week.
How big a tank was it?
I don't know, I'll show you a picture. I have to, it's large, it's taller than the table. It's for the two boilers and the hot water heater down the basement of the jail. And it has like rust spots on the side, and the bottom now is dripping water underneath it. It's flowing onto the floor, nasty, rusty, and all over the place. And it wasn't $600, it's like $500 and some dollars. And it should be coming in. It might be in today, Walmart, so that should get swapped out this week. I didn't have it written down for some reason.
Anything else?
Some point, doesn't have to be now, could we discuss the trucks a little bit, because they're both in dire need of attention, almost to the point of not being able to drive either one of them.
I don't know that that's an issue for us. That's sheriff's budget, right?
Okay, I just wanted to see if that is covered by you guys or not.
Well, now that he's not taking it home, he's not taking the truck home, it's used only here, there's only what did you say, you only filled it with gas
I've had gas one time since I've worked here.
since he's worked here, so they're not being used. The truck itself, I think both of these, I had told Chris this, I think both of these were old highway trucks, that when they replaced and got a new truck, then they gave Larry the old one. I think that's where both of them came from. You can tell them how old they are, but if you're going to replace it, you should look at it, one, as part of capital improvement, or two, make a plan with Joel on when he's getting rid of another truck and what he's got out there, and maybe there's an opportunity there to do something. But it hasn't historically, I mean, like I said, historically, the cost got split 50-50 between the admin building and the courthouse. All that gas, even when it was going back and forth to Gilman every day. We did pay, this building paid half of that gas.
Okay. Well, I guess we can see what Joel's doing. There's two of them?
There's two. One, there's one, the old gentleman drove that the windshield completely just broken in half. There's no exhaust on it. It's either the intake manifold or a head gasket leaking because it leaks oil and antifreeze. And that's a several $1,000 repair right there.
But I need the truck, do they?
And the Dodge, the one that I'm driving now, because of this, the ball joints are out on the front. I'm waiting for a wheel to go like that. The transmission slips really bad. And
They're both about ready to die.
Yeah.
On their last breath.
Maybe what we need to do is talk to Joel, and he could trade these in on something new, and then we get one from him that's coming up in his budget. Because otherwise, how are we going to get rid of them?
You're
may
not
not
gonna
get
get,
anything.
nobody will buy them.
Yeah, you're not gonna get anything for them on a trade-in either, but at least they're gone.
Yeah. Well, I don't ride around with
Give them to the
mopeds.
Milford junkyard and get $100 a
I don't need
piece.
anything. Or if you wanted to put a little bit of money into one of these trucks and keep them all.
Maybe use the truck.
Every day.
So that's what you run to the Plum Mart and that to get the tank and whatever.
Big R, Plum Mart, highway department. That's pretty much each set of it. And anything else, you know, like the old grass stuff, you know, I always use my personal vehicle, I don't use that for anything. Other than what we do right here.
Well, but we'll get with Joel and see what his plans are before we spend money. But if we have to, ball joints aren't that expensive.
Well, I've already had it priced. It's not that bad.
You can put them on yourself, right?
Pressed. Well, that's one.
How bad that transmission slipping?
Just from first to second, it likes to go back to first and then back to second.
Yeah.
All right, anything else? Everybody seen the claims?
Motion approved. Second.
Is there any old business? Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All,
What? Oh, yes.
Hasbergen?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Alter?
Yes.
Aaron?
Yeah. Old business.
Household or new, but are we gonna plan another, TV or what do you call it, giveaway day? Like Larry ran last fall?
Oh, the electronic?
Yeah. It's not too early to start planning, it's already June. Dates and stuff like that.
I guess we can have it in the minutes and that'll bring.
Finance committee took care of that last time.
Was
Oh,
it
they did,
finance?
okay.
Was it finance?
Yeah.
Larry ran it, did a great
Yeah.
job. We'll recommend him for it again.
Maybe he doesn't want to do it again. But, yeah, I guess if finance did it because they probably have control of that.
The money,
fund,
yeah.
So that's fine.
I forgot the finance was a big thing about the starting point a year ago.
All right, any other old or new business?
I just want to make a note that next month you'll have to be deciding the capital improvement project for next year. So I had passed out a few months ago a list from Larry that he had recommended before he retired of things he thought needed to be done. And then the committee might want to talk to Chris over the next few weeks to get his thoughts on that, but we'll have to have that number next month to be able to put in the budget, or at least a tentative to put in the budget for the end of July.
Amanda, can you email that out to the members again? Any other old or new business? No, entertain a motion.
Motion adjourned.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
We go get a
We
kayak.
are adjourned.
I see a lot of those over at the Slim.